If you can remember as far back as December 2004, when that tsunami hit Thailand, that was probably the most interesting part of my 3 month stay there, beyond the actual surgery itself. I kind of think it was a little creepy, and peculiar how hours after my dick was cut off, a giant wave takes out a section of the country only an hour distance away from where the event happened. I almost remember waking up after the operation and recall seeing the whole hospital in an uproar with people running around everywhere. Not that you can read it, but they do give you a newspaper every day, and on the cover was the incident. I probably should have saved a copy, but at the time, I was so out of it that the thought didn't even cross my mind. I did, however, try to visit the area after my release. It hit in Phuket, but when we got there, the highway was already blocked off. Besides, I was on so much tramadol and Valium. I'd go out whenever the pain subsided, and usually shop until I couldn't stand anymore, before somehow finding my way back to the hotel. At least the massages helped. I'd go every day, sometimes even twice a day, and get a fully nude, oiled body massage for like $5. Something you can't even get in the States for 250, and that's without the happy ending. I was also rather surprised to see 7-Eleven there in Thailand. It was so Twilight Zone. Right where they would have normally had the little hot dog oven was instead a dumpling oven, while all the food in the candy aisle had all anime cartoon pictures of Hello Kitty on the wrappers. It was so very different, yet somehow so very familiar. Finally, Carola. Yeah, Saporn yelled at me a few times for playing with myself, but the second time wasn't even my fault. Carola did it. I even had the pictures to prove she did it. And when I showed them to Saporn, his jaw nearly hit the floor. Carola was a free spirit with no agenda and seemed to know her way around the country. She was slightly older than I and had her SRS with Saporn only a few years prior. The procedure must be the country's biggest export. That and the red light district in Pattaya with all of its 14-year-old prostitutes combing the beach. The city is just crawling with perversion and sex shows, which of course, Carola and I had to witness for ourselves. After all, no trip to Thailand is complete without watching a woman shoot several ping pong balls out of her snatch. The public toilets in Thailand are a joke. All you get is a green bucket to wash your hands and flush with. It's just a porcelain hole in the ground. Thank God I didn't have to drop a deuce. Then, towards the end of our time together, Carol and I decided to get some tattoos. I got a quarter-sized patch of 4 hearts on my ankle and a Sagittarius symbol on my shoulder. Jewelry, belly button piercings, clothes, tattoos. So much stuff for so freaking cheap. Shortly after Carola left, I began getting all lonely again due to the fact that I finally finished my change and wasn't sure what to do with myself. This is where I actually believe most of that post-op depression comes from. After completing such a massive undertaking, you look around and it's like, now what? So, I decided the best way to fix this was to spend the entire next day in a salon getting pampered. I had the entire staff working on me at the same time, 2 girls on my hands for the manicure, one prepping and one massaging while the other painted, and another 2 girls on my feet doing the pedicure, while a fifth did my hair. And when that was all done, I had another full body massage and a mud pack facial. And that is when I did the dumbest thing I've ever done. I got a perm. Oh no! At the time, it looked amazing. But once it started growing out, oh no's again! My hair was now fried beyond repair. It was the most pain in the ass thing I could have ever done. I would have sooner just shaved my head had I known how much freaking trouble it was going to cause me. All in all, it was an interesting experience. Not sure I'd ever go back there, but it sure as hell beat Connecticut in January. I have no doubt that Saporn is the best SRS surgeon in the world. You could always go to his website, or you could simply pop in one of my adult DVDs. Did I let that out a little too soon? Keep reading. I still work for the government and couldn't possibly do such a thing while employed at such a reputable organization. Or could I? Though this could potentially make for a very nice ending to my story, I had bigger aspirations than that. Now, I really got to explore myself.